Good morning, and welcome to Math Lab on Thursday, August 27th, 2020. Today we are practicing mean, median, mode, and range again. So let's start with our warm-up. So if you are doing this outside of class because you missed our Zoom call or you have a different schedule, what I want you to do first is before you play the video, I want you to look at this data set. And I want you to identify the median and the range. And then lastly, I also want you to identify the mode. Feel free to use your notes for your math class. So take a minute right now, pause the video, go through, find the median, the range, and the mode, and then I will check back in with you once you start playing the video again. So to find the median, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these values that they gave us, the number of home runs, and we're going to put that in order from least to greatest. So I can see my smallest number is 1. So cross that out. Then I see a 2. I see another 2. I see a 3. I see another 3. And then I see a 7. So those are all of our data points listed from least to greatest. And remember, the median means the middle. So we're looking for the middle value. So to find that, we're going to start at the edges because we know that can't be the middle. That can't be the middle. Keep going. And then for this one, you can see we have 2 numbers that are left in the middle. If I cross them out, I don't have any data points left. So I need to find what's in between 2 and 3. So to do that, we're going to take 2 plus 3 gives us 5. And we're going to divide that value by 2 because that's going to tell us the value in between 2 and 3. So we're going to brush up on our long division a little bit. 2 goes into 5 2 times. That's 4. Then we have to add our decimal and then a place value holder for 0. Bring that down. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Subtract. And we have no remainder now. So 2 goes into 5 2.5 times. So this value is our median. Let's talk about range. Range is the difference between my biggest number and my smallest number. So if I'm looking at my data points, my biggest number was the 7, and my smallest number is 1. So we're going to subtract those. 7 minus 1 is 6. So that's my range. And then lastly, we have mode. Remember, mode is the number that occurs the most. It's the one we see the most. So for this data set, I know I have 2 values that are 2, but I also have 2 values that are 3. So for this scenario, I have 2 modes. My modes are 2 and 3. So that's your warm-up. Check and see how you did. And then we're going to move on to practice. So our practice today, during class, we did mean, median, and range by looking at different K-pop groups and how many members are in these K-pop groups. So on your paper, we're going to look at this list of female K-pop groups. And we're going to look at how many members there are, find the mean, median, mode, and we're going to add on the range. So just like with the warm-up, I'm going to pause here. I want you to try to find the mean, median, mode, and range on your own, and then come back and we will check to see how you did. So go ahead and pause now. All right, let's see how you did. It doesn't matter which one you start with. So I always like to start with the median because it helps me organize my data from least to greatest. So the smallest number I see here is a 4, and I have 2 of those. So 4, 4. Then we have 5s, 2 of those. 6, and then 8, and then lastly we have a 9. So one group has 9 people in it. Let's do our median. So again, we're going to look for that middle number. So start at the end, so we're going to cross them off one at a time until we get to the middle. Right? So there were 7 values, which means we do have a middle value. We don't have to add and divide like we did in our warm-up. So our median here is 5. Our range. So let's go back to our list. Our largest number was this 9 here. And our smallest number was the 4. So to find the range, we're going to subtract those values. 9 minus 4 is 5. For our mode, remember mode, we're looking for the one that happens the most. So median is middle, mode is the most. So let's look at our data set again. Which value here do we have the most? So I see we have 2 4s, and then we also have 2 5s. So just like our warm-up, our mode, we have 2 of them, 4 and 5. And then lastly, we have our mean. So I know you've been practicing this in your math class. Let's go over how we find the mean for a data set. So another word for the mean is the average. So we are looking for the average of our data set. So I'm going to label that here. To find the average, we take 2 steps. The first thing we're going to do is add up all of our data values. So we had 4 plus 9 plus 8 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4. So let's go ahead and simplify that. 4 plus 9 simplifies to 13. 8 plus 5 is also 13. 6 plus 5 is 11. Plus 4. 13 plus 13 is 26. 11 plus 4 is 15. And those add together to get 41. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause for a second. So let's go back. We were finding the mean, and we had just added up all of our data points. So that's the first step. So for mean, the first thing we need to do is add, and then we will divide by how many data points we added. So we found our total, it's 41, and then we added up how many data points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So to finish finding our mean, we're going to take 41 and divide it by 7. So 7 does not go into 4. 7 into 41 is 5. So 7 times 5 is 35. When we subtract that, we're left with 6. We're going to add that decimal and bring down the 0. 7 into 60 is going to be 8 times. Gives us 56. Subtract. Add another 0, bring it down. And we can keep going. 7 into 40. Also 5, 35, and so on and so on. For now, we're going to stop here, and we will round. So our mean is going to be, we'll just cut it off at 5.85. So for your assignment today, what I need you to do is take a picture of this work, and you're going to submit that so I can see that you followed along and you took your notes. If you have any questions or need clarification, please message me on Canvas. I'm happy to help. Have a good day.